It's encounters with God that change us. More happens in a moment of His glory than happens in 20 years of personal discipline. Discipline's important, but it's supposed to be the context in which we encounter God, not what saves us. Smith Wigglesworth made a statement that I think is so profound, and I'm sure it makes many nervous, but it's a good statement. He said, if God's not moving in a meeting, I'll move Him. And it wasn't a statement of arrogance. He just knew the heart of God for people. And he knew that if He's not moving in a meeting, it's because someone hasn't become the sacrifice, the offering that He would fall on. He knew the heart of God for people. He knew that without question, God wanted to heal and restore and set free. And that if God wasn't doing that in a meeting, it's because there wasn't an offering. And He would become the offering. This world is waiting for a generation to offer themselves as living offerings, living sacrifices, something upon which God Himself can fall. You know, there's something about being the offering. There's something about being that burning one. I was born to burn. I was born to carry the passion of God. I was born to live for the one thing. So I live with that one thing in mind. It's just the privilege of being the offering, that which attracts God. 95, I went to Toronto. And since 87, this anointing would come and go, come and go, come and go. And I finally went to Toronto. I said, God, if you'll touch me again, I'll never change the subject. Because I realized something must have happened that I added what God was doing to what we were doing. Because I thought it'd be really cool. This is neat. Add healing to it. It makes everything better. Add miracles, and I somehow realized at least that much to realize that, you know, I can't add what He's doing to what we're doing. I have to make what He's doing the only thing we do. And so I finally came to the point where, after later being really touched by the Lord, that I realized we only do the stuff that comes out of revival, or we do the stuff that contributes to revival. To this move of the Spirit of God, it's all we're interested in. So anyway, let me get to the story. So I went to Toronto. I said, God, I said, if you'll touch me again, I'll never change the subject. So in February of 95, I went there, and it was a great time. I didn't have any personal experience that was dramatic or stunning, but I was inspired. I saw what was happening, and a lot of it was strange. If I closed my eyes, that was great, because I realized the anointing. If I opened it, I was distracted by what I saw. But you know, sometimes God, as has been stated by others, He offends the mind to reveal what's in the heart. And I went home and I started praying literally day and night. And I don't mean I fasted and prayed every day, but I mean I throughout the day and throughout the night, I would just pray, God, I have to have more. I've got to have more of You, and I'll pay any price. I've got to have more at any cost. I went home, got to bed late. But during the meeting, I ministered to a friend. I prayed to a guy who was really struggling, and his name was Tom. I said, Tom, God's going to touch you. He's going to surprise you. It may be the middle of the afternoon. It may be the middle of the night. And I told him, I said, it may be 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I go to bed late that night, and suddenly I get awakened with what honestly feels, from dead sleep to wide awake in a millisecond, it feels like I've got 1,000 volts of electricity shooting through my body. And I suddenly have absolutely no control of anything from my neck down. No control. It's hard to really describe to you. I tell the story now every once in a while. I used to just be quiet about it because, I felt I was supposed to. But I had like 1,000 volts of electricity. My body is vibrating and trembling at such a rate. I have no control of my arms, my legs. I feel, you know, when you blush, you feel your face flushed, you know. I felt that laying in bed. My wife's sleeping. We're in a waterbed. I'm causing tidal waves. God drugged her or something. I mean, she never woke up. It was just that moment where God came on me. He came on me in power. There's 1,000 volts of electricity. I turned my head at the clock. It's 3 a.m. exactly. And I said out loud, I said, you set me up. Because, how else do you remember a prophecy you give to somebody else the night before, except that the Lord wakes that up with that's the only thing you can see and think of. And you look at the clock and you realize you just got set up by God. You're in a moment that you're not in control of. Wow. I tried to get control, not because I wanted to resist God, but it didn't make sense. I couldn't figure out what he was doing. There was such power. He wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't say a thing. It's the strangest thing to have something so strange going on to you. You know it's God. You know because of the series of events, this is God, but there's nobody you know that would believe you. I'm embarrassed. I try to bring my arms to my side to get control, and my legs just get more violent. It sounds funny now, but you weren't there. I honestly, my tears just rolling down the side of my face onto the pillowcase because I knew I'd been apprehended by one. It wasn't a heaven or hell issue. I'd yielded to the Lord. I had said the absolute yes, was willing to do anything that I knew of that he wanted. But I also knew I was hungry for more. And he brought to my mind a picture of me standing in front of the church I was pastoring and what it would look like for me to be in that condition and how embarrassed I would be. And it'd be almost impossible for me to function as a pastor leading these people. And what would they think? The next scene, I'm walking. It was like God was calculated this little journey he took me on. The next scene, I was walking in front of my favorite restaurant in town in that way. So now I realized the church isn't going to believe this is God. Why? Where's the precedent for this in the Bible? And now I'm walking downtown. I'm going to be an embarrassment to my entire city. The city I'm trying to win for Christ. How could that be God? And yet I'm reminded, I said more at any cost. And here's the thing, I can't control what's going on. I've got no control. How is that biblical? How does self-control fit into this thing? It felt to me like the power of God had touched me so profoundly that it was like it's like I burned circuits or something. I lost the capacity to function as a normal human being. I was reminded as I was laying there, he reminded me over and over again, I said, more at any cost. And I laid there with this thought, if I say yes to this, I may never get out of bed the rest of my life. And while he didn't ask me anything, he brought the information. It's like he paraded scenes in front of my eyes to see what was in my heart. And it took, I don't know how long, I'm assuming 20, 30 minutes, these scenes that just paraded in front of my eyes until I finally realized I can't gain control back. For a while, you think maybe this thing will lift and you just get a good night's sleep and go on with life. But it wasn't that way. It just wouldn't lift. The more I tried to gain control, the more intense it got. In the moment where I felt I'd be in bed the rest of my life, I said, if I get you in the exchange, you can have anything. Anything. So when the anything was 1,000 people, you know what? It honestly did not matter because I got him in the exchange. It didn't matter because I got what I was after. He came. So I lay there in bed, and this power, indescribable power was pressing in on me and manifesting like electricity and made me without control of my limbs. It just increased and increased, and when I finally realized he was looking for an answer, I didn't resist at all, but he was taking me through process. It was like he paraded things on a movie screen in front of me, and after the final thing, I realized he was looking for a response. He was looking for Ephesians 3, verse 20. Now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. Now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we ask or think. Look at it again. Now to him who is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we ask or think. But what I want you to see is the clause or the contingency, the requirement. It's according to the power that works within you. Here's the deal. God has made a covenant with His church, with His people. Wigglesworth got it. I want to get it. I see the tip of the iceberg, and I'm saying yes to the whole deal. It's wonderful being an offering, something that fire falls on, something that attracts heaven itself into the environment. I tell you, I prayed all night long, but they weren't long prayers. They were prayers like more, increase, go deeper, take it all. I meant it when I said more at any cost. It's just those prayers. That's all it was, all night long. The next 2 nights, I said very little. It was just interaction with this power. Regardless of what my history is. An encounter 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 weeks ago is not enough, because I must have more.
Provide the fire, and I'll provide the sacrifice. You provide the spirit, yeah, and I will open up inside. Fill me up, God, fill me up. Fill me up, fill to